she thought that maybe it would be cool to bring moms and daughters together, and so that we would have an evening where moms and daughters should sort of hang out, and I could like help them, you know, just laugh and sort of relax, because sometimes moms and daughters get on each other's nerves a little bit. And so how could we, you know, we could do something that was fun and that the girls wouldn't think was a complete. Did I have any personal experiences with things that I wrote in Queen Bees?
Yeah.
Like in myself, like when I was in 5th grade? Yes, definitely.
I'm going to middle school. Do you have any advice to give?
The thing to think about is that it can be sort of intimidating, and it can feel like a lot, right? And it can feel like people are acting like really strange and you can't figure out why, right? And maybe sometimes you are acting strange and you're sort of like, why am I acting like this? You know? It's like sort of like your brain has a mind of its own, and you're like, or your friends do. And I think that that the best thing that I would say to you to do is watch, observe. Like as soon as you see things that are weird, take a step back and go, why? Why are people doing things like this?
Okay.
What's motivating? The biggest secrets of mine for middle school? Oh boy. Well, let's see, there's subject areas, right? I mean, there's like the boys I had crushes on, but didn't want to, like I was one of those people that never wanted to talk about my crushes, right? So, I mean, I could talk about, you know, Stephen Petrie, or there was Bruce in 5th grade. I loved Bruce. But yeah, I loved him. I think probably more important is that I felt often when I was in 5th and 6th grade that I felt really like jealous of girls a lot, and it would make me, but I never wanted to admit it, and I didn't know how to, you know, I would see them get attention from people, or and it just made me feel like it was a secret. It made me feel like I had to hide this feeling of jealousy, but I think a lot of times I really was controlled by those feelings, right? Because I would get very envious, you know, and I would feel that, like, what's wrong with me? Or like, why aren't boys paying attention to me? Or, although Bruce did put flowers in my, you want to know a really funny story? Yeah. Okay, because no adult people ever interview me, ask me very interesting questions. It's very rare. When I was in 5th grade, so I loved this boy Bruce, right? So, and I had a horrible teacher named Mrs. Clark, and she was super mean. And whenever I write about teachers that I don't like, I almost always call them Mrs. Clark, right, in my books. And so I came into school one day, and Bruce, who liked me, I guess, had pulled up, I'm not joking, like pulled up flowers from the neighborhood, like didn't use his scissors or anything, pulled up the flowers and shoved them into my desk. And we had open desks, right? Open, you know, the desks were open. Yeah. So I came to school, and Mrs. Clark was there ready to totally embarrass me, and what was sticking out of my desk were like roots with like soil. And then I'm like, what's going on with, why are there roots? Right? And I looked in, and there was flowers. You know how boys are really weird about this? Yeah. Like he smushed the flowers into the back of the desk. I'm like, what in the world is going on? So it felt really good. Once I figured that out, it felt really good that he was paying attention, that he had paid attention to me, gave me flowers. But Mrs. Clark like totally embarrassed me in front of everybody, right? Everybody in the class knew that this. One thing that I want you to know, that your opinions are really important, and that nobody has the right to say to you that they're not.
That's it.
Okay, cool. You asked me good questions.
Thank you.